imagine. Well, last time we successfully completed the Overseer UFO. We have built the hyperwave relay, and we're just missing the golem chamber, which we're currently building. Well, there was a little event that just happened, which is this landing site. So the enemies, the aliens, just decided it would be a good idea to engage us with a 23-man pack of aliens. So we should take this mission quite serious. We will have an ethereal, a mutant elite, sectoid commanders, heavy floaters, chrysalids, sectopods, and drones here. So let me take that situation to drop a knowledge bomb here and talk a little bit about hyperwave relay and what you can figure out of the information. With a concrete crew size that we are seeing here, 23 tells me that there are 7 pods containing 3 and 1 pod containing 2 aliens. Now the normal pod of 2 aliens for a landed UFO are 2 sectoid commanders, so I'm kind of already assuming that the 2 are going to be the commanders. Since there's no mech to eat, which is a very common combination, sectoid commander and mech to it, I'm also assuming that there is no pack of mech to it and sectoid commander. So out of the 23, 2 sectoid commander. Let's go on. An ethereal is often encountered with 2 mutant elites. So that means out of the 21 remaining, I assume there's a pack of 3 with the ethereal and 2 mutant elites. Heavy floaters usually are coming just as heavy floaters, so 1 pack in minimum. Chrysalids, same thing, also 3 chrysalids. Sectopod usually comes with 2 drones, right? So out of this screen we can already see there's a minimum 1 sectopod plus drones, so that's 3 chrysalids, 3 floaters, that's 9 overall, 2 sectoid commanders, which is 11, and an ethereal plus 2 mutant elites, which is 14, right? So that leaves 9, which means 3 packs of aliens as random. Worst case, 3 sectopods with the respective drone, but it could also be any other combination. I'm just saying that in advance so we know what we are up against, and hence we want to look very closely on our deployment. So we take our standard squad, which is Martin Ulrich, as usually we are trying to level the psi abilities of Jesus, Therese, and Ivar on this mission. Here, and what's the third one? Yeah, Ivar Anderson, exactly. So here. So these are our core guys. We took a sniper with us, and since it's an open mission, we already got 2 snipers, but we are a little bit short on explosives. Hence, I'm going to go for a well-known heavy already. And since it's a, in my opinion, very difficult mission, a large UFO, I'm not going to take any rookie here, but a guy that I could trust. Also give him the correct heavy plasma. Make sure that he's equipped with chitin as well, so he has sufficient hit points. And then maybe also equip him with a scope to make sure that he is hitting hard enough. Right, so that would be our team. We only have 1 capturing device, which is fine. We do have only one med kit. Might want to look into that, just to have a backup medkit. I assume wouldn't be the worst decision. So in this case, let's give her the backup medkit. Just want to make sure that if he gets critically hit, he's not. We can stabilize him. We do have 1 ghost grenade, which is fine, and everything else is just scopes at the moment. We do have enough cover removal. So here we go. Welcome to a landed large UFO with hardcore aliens on it. JC Phoenix, Great to see you back. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm trying to go for as much as we can for today. Not sure if we can reach the temple ship, but as I said, I'm very willing to finish the run, right? So we start here in the back at the commander's desk already. So this here is the back side of the UFO, and we want to make sure that we already conceal ourselves and take a look what's up. And there's nothing up, nothing much up, but I guess within this area there will be quite a few aliens. So that's going to be interesting. Let's already dash up here. Not going to trigger anything by doing so. Currently we're just moving the guys up. I want to make sure that most of them get into position, because we are going to storm into this commanding central, that's for sure. But before we do so, I also want to make sure that we are not suiciding, okay? There is a melt canister, and I think I'm going to take this one next round. Currently I'm just waiting and making sure that everyone's fine here. I heard mutants, so that's a good or respectively a bad sign already. I want to go for the melt. That's currently the #1 priority, so he'll stay invisible. He has line of sight for a couple of floaters, which is okay. Let's inspire everyone. I'm probably also only going for one melt. I mean, the ship is large and it's probably very, very dangerous, so let's keep it safe. Oh, hey Arnob, sorry to hear that your internet is bad, but you can always watch the missions on YouTube. I'm usually only 1 day behind in uploading them, so feel free to just look them up at my channel. So we put everyone here into the right position. Let's overwatch these guys. I should give them plasma pistols by now. Like, laser pistols are a little bit outdated. So the heavy floaters, and there is a pack of elite mutants. Wow. Heavy floaters are moving around. Okay. Collect the melt. It's a little bit unfortunate normally if you don't see them, so that's one of the things that I don't like. If you do not see them, when they run through doors, they will leave them shut, as you see here on this side. Now, since they have just recently moved through them, it turns out that it counts as if they would have opened it, right? There is another pack here and here, the two. And that, in my opinion, it's a very, very good sign for the two sectored commanders, right? Which I spoke about a little bit earlier. Just double checking with my cursor, there are no more aliens. It's just the two sectoids and these guys. There is a high chance that they are going to disappear here, so I'm not going to take this flank, because they could also move here, and in this case they would already trigger, and I want to really start to storm into this room after this turn. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go on Overwatch with all of them, and then we wait until the mutants disappear. Very, very short AFK, just a short toilet break. Be right back in 30 seconds. Good, let's go. We are taking an Overwatch with all of these guys. Not that I would seriously think anything could happen here, but just in case. So these guys go down. Admittedly, they are going down much slower than I would have thought. But I don't want to open the door just to find them here. Then this pod triggers. We run into the danger of triggering also the heavy floaters next turn. So it might be a little bit counterintuitive, but I'm now going to hunker down and just stay on Overwatch with these guys. Like I said, the second melt, I don't care that much. I already mentally put my piece on losing the second melt, but instead I want to make sure that we are not triggering too many packs, and these would already be 3 packs. Let's just calculate it through. These guys here have 20 HP, so that's 60 HP for them, 16 HP for them here, which would be another 48, so 108 HP, and 2 times 16 from the sectoids, which is another 32. So we end up with 138 HP, which our 6 guys can't deal in one turn. So that's not an option. We need to wait until these guys hopefully get into a better position. Come on, mutants. I mean, it's not that difficult, right? Just please, by all means, just get the fuck away here. And all started with the opening of this pesky door. That was unnecessary. They should have just either stayed inside or teleported away. But moving outside, that's just ridiculously bad. Now all 3 of them finally are going down. Please, dear floaters, by all means, just get away. They aren't. Okay, let's think that through. If we were to engage in here, okay, theoretically, there would be 2 sectoid commanders, which potentially we could kill. How do we deal with the floaters, though? We don't have any sort of mind control as of now. We could certainly just covering smoke here, which would give us an awesome defensive position, and they would with their 75 aim, they would have 0 chances on hitting us. That would be an option. But then if the heavies are going to join here, that's a little bit a shame. I don't want to destroy these computers here, I'm honest, because the computers are going to be important for our rocket launchers, so I want to take a clean engage. I'll still give it one more try to see if these guys also are going to go into a different direction. The mutants just marginally run. These guys also go away, and that's our window of opportunity that I was looking for. Good. In order to use this window correctly, let's move in here. This is the position where the 2 sectoids stand. So if I move here, I hope that one of them decides to go outside. So a single movement action inside. This time the chrysalids are running the show. Okay, but it could have been worse than that. I'm smiling because the chrysalids at the current stage of the game, they deal 3 damage to my guys. That is not dangerous at all currently. Literally, it could have been much worse. So she has double tap. I would want to, and she also has double tap. I would want to save one of the double taps. Maybe we start with no regret moves. So no regret move number 1. Kill this guy. Good night. I could still go on Overwatch here, which is good, because then we could fire. Thinking about killing this guy. Didn't work out as I would have expected it. So she sees both of them, so I will use her double tap and kill the other two. Want to take really take a little bit track of all of your abilities here. Because if I save the other double tap, that's the reason why I did all of this. If I save her double tap, we will have more shots the next round in case it is required. Okay, so now let's think that through. We can overwatch her. We could overwatch him. He's in full cover currently. I like it. Why not? I mean, if they come up, we can just kill them. We can overwatch him. That's 3 overwatch shots. He's just going to wait here. And optimally, only one of these packs are going to move up. Currently, it's the Elite Mutant pack. That's another 10 damage. I'm positively impressed. I like it. And these guys here are remaining hidden. Well, not too bad. Now she only has squad sight, but she now has her nice ability to double tap. So let's try to do as much hit point damage as we can. That was nearly an instant kill for the first guy. I'm not going for disarming shot this turn. Instead, I would move him to full cover, because why not? And let's Mind Fray. It's a 100% chance to get rid of this guy. Plus it gives us a little bit psionic training. I guess it's just as good as going for a shot. Likewise here, we can train his psi abilities. It's also going down. I don't know if I have said it before, but psi characters, they are so strong in this game. Unfortunately, you only manage to unlock them a little bit later in the game, but just from the pure strength potential, it is immense. Okay, first shot, solid hit. Let's keep him on Overwatch because she has a 90+% chance to hit him. Very clean kill. He'll be on Overwatch, and there's no need for him to Overwatch. They don't see him currently, so what I want to do is, these here are full cover slots. Unfortunately, I don't see whether that's full cover, and it always worries me if I'm doing something that's not absolutely intended by the game, because it usually ends up being suboptimal, let's put it this way. But we can dash down here because we do have our our limbs which help us here, and we could go up here because I want to take a look at them. And there's another Mechtoid and the first Sectoid commander, so just want to scout them at the moment, to be precise. Good. Now next up, let us see if there... oh yeah, there was. Another advantage of the Ghost Armor is if they wouldn't have enough already. is this nifty grapple. I really like it. So, high ground for snipers. I guess I don't need to tell you how nice or how much of an advantage that is. Both of the snipers are going to go up. Don't want to put them into line of sight as of now. We're going to advance with them for sure, but for now I'm okay. I'm also going to keep these gentlemen here out of line of sight. That would, everything in here would already trigger. I'm not so interested in doing that. Instead, what I really want to do is just take a solid advance here, and then next round get into position, and yeah, start engaging them a little bit more. They are currently not quite sure what to do, I suppose. That's the reason why they stand there. I don't know if this here would trigger already. Probably would. The best case scenario for them would be to let them eat a rocket. So what I'm going to do is, since this is half cover, I'm going to move the heavy back to here, so he could shoot a rocket in order to trigger them, and then we will follow up. Let's just reload at least the guys where it's needed. He's training his psi abilities a little bit. Yeah, mate, you just psi inspired yourself. Good job. Okay, so they are in a perfect position. I just want to hit them, and I try to not hit the other two, which would suck a little bit. I'm not going to go for the shredder rocket because I still know that there is a sectopod around. So that would be two of them. That would be two of them. I mean, that's okay. Probably they are going to fly up, so our snipers would have something to hit. And that's a good pull. Okay, instead of advancing, they decided to overwatch. That's an interesting way of countering it. Let's start with killing the guys and making sure that they are down. So that's one.
That's affirmative.
That here would be full cover for her. That's some nice damage, I like it.
That's affirmative. Enemies in sight.
Okay, that shouldn't have happened. So he's overwatching and this guy's also overwatching. The safest way to deal with the situation is get out of overwatch. Make sure that we use our ghost mode here. And just retain our position, reload the weapon, because we can. I'm going to mind fray him, because that's a further 25% reduction on his shots, and 5 secure damage, plus he can't move all too far. And we can kill him 100% with a mindfray next round. So only 2 of them are aware about the position of my 2 operatives. That was the worst possible scenario, like him throwing grenade. I don't like it. That's scary. That's very scary, as if he would know what's up. These guys did not trigger, that's good, and I certainly do not want them to trigger. So that's 2 floaters. Let's start by killing as much as we can. So the first floater is down, double tap. Second floater also 100% chance. Double tap, killed them. Let's look at our second sniper, who would have a squad side shot on our sectoid commander. Also she has double tap, so I'm willing to take only normal shots. Can save our critical for the next turn. Hey Wangstra, thanks for tuning in. So that's also dealing some nice damage to the Mectid, and we got rid of the mind control threat. So he probably needs some healing, and the way I would want to do it is not trigger the heavy mutants down there, but instead solemnly move back, kind of heal him up. It's a way an overheal, but we have so much healing left. I'm absolutely fine with using some on him. I don't intend to be hurt that often, but there's only so much you can do against explosives. Yeah, especially if they have a very long throwing range. Reloading. This guy here is just going to wait. There are 3 further guys coming up, and I see even more. So might be some more mutant elitists joining us here. Okay, so the 3 of them clustered together, which in my opinion is a little bit of a misplay from the AI, but I guess whatever. We can disable shot 2 of them, and I'm pretty happy in doing so. But first of all, let's move up and see whom we can hit. Like this guy here can be flanked, and we immediately can kill him. Because guess what? If we can just kill them, why would we want to disable their weapons if we can just kill them? We are running a little bit out of appropriate cover here, which I don't like. So there's another advantage of taking the ghost armor, which in this case is we want to reposition ourselves. We have 4 charges, so you can be, if you're mindful with them, that will be easily enough for the whole mission. The reason why I'm currently repositioning is I want to see if that would trigger another pod. It doesn't. That was very important for me because I didn't want to trigger just another pod, and I also didn't want to trigger overwatch shots. So now with moving our 2 guys here, That will enable us to be in a position where we can fight them next round. Still could go for a kill on this guy, which might not fully happen because that's just 8 and 8, and he has a little bit more HP, and I want to be very, very safe if we are going to go for anything. So number 1, we disable his weapon. Done deal. Number 2, we disable his weapon. Keep in mind they don't have double tap this round, that's the reason why I'm not going aggressive, but using my other cooldowns. These two cannot do anything this round, so I'm not going to overwatch because I don't know about his line of sight and I don't want to at the end receive a little bit of damage just because I was greedy. So we are going to end the turn here, and next turn we are going to kill all 3 of them. The Mectoid currently is still looking for a target. And these guys, no way, no way, he's throwing a grenade. Dang you! I should have expected as much. Well, I guess that's typical behavior. If they can't do anything else, he'll at least try to do whatever is possible. So she should have double tap. Let's start with her. Like I said, there's the double tap. Mutant 1 is down. Now next up we are going to kill the overwatching Mectoid. For that we are finally going to lift our cover. Nice critical strike. Another good shot. So this guy is also down. And now let's take a move. Trigger the overwatch if there is any. No, he can't overwatch because he needed to reload his weapon. But I want to make sure that I'm not triggering anything else. So let's run and gun. Go into solid full cover here. I was about to say, has he really just missed the shot from close range? But then he manned up and decided to hit. There's the sectopod, which is just triggered. I'm not so afraid about the Overwatch, but the sectopod itself is pretty scary, not going to lie. We are not having our disabling shots at the moment. Let's think about it for a second. Now the sectopod is very slow, that's his main weakness. And he only has one Overwatch chance. Let's reload, regain all of our abilities and make sure that we fight him properly. I'm not very happy with him being in this corridor, only a couple of guys can hit him, also the snipers can't support. That's not what I wanted to see. We do have a very flexible team, and we are one of our strengths is to to be able to choose the moment in time when we want to engage the enemy, and I guess that's exactly what we are currently going for. Now this here is out of line of sight. Can also we can also reload. This here is also out of line of sight. And we might as well be on Overwatch. Let's train his psi powers a little bit more. And reload. I assume that the sectopod will now try to advance a little bit. Which is okay for me. Let's take a peek. Nothing. Can't take just another peek, because I guess we would be spotted. No one there, alright.
Moving to position.
Just going out of line of sight here.
Roger that, scanning.
Now we are going to reload, still out of line of sight. Sectopod is probably around here. But I first of all want to scout him. I don't know about the shots, but he hasn't seen anyone, so that might have been desperation shots. He's up here probably. This field here is taken. So yeah, I guess he's up there. You can't do anything with the guys in cover. So what we are going to do is we are going to use our second charge of our ghost armor. Let's just move up. Don't want to take a shot anyways. There is just a drone. There is just a drone. I'm surprised. I swear I could have seen shots being fired against this wall, which means he might be here. Kind of just standing there still. Let's first of all get rid of the drones. And in order to make sure that no one here is being hit, full cover is 40, the smoke is plus 60, plus 40, so that's plus 80, which is only 10% chance for him to hit. I want to make sure that we get everyone into a more offensive position,
Solid copy.
where they at least theoretically could hit. I'm going to hunker her down. The armor itself has another plus 20 defensive bonus, so hunkering down in full cover means you basically deny the chance of the enemy to hit you at all. Yeah. Let's move up here. Okay. I guess I just found our sectopod who fucked up and just positioned himself there for whatever reason. But I'm not going to lie. That doesn't mean I'm going to be less harsh on him. The opposite is true. I'm going to take advantage of that. So, grappling hook to get up there. Wow, what just happened? What just happened? Really? Oh my god. Is this guy literally standing in the middle of nowhere? Okay, anyways, let's ghost up. Don't want to trigger anything here, certainly. And let's move up to here, which is close enough to see the sector port next round. Still, the snipers can't see it. Let's try to kill the second drone and afterwards we go for the sector pod. That should be it. There we go. Okay, so drones down. Let's now go for the sector pod, which is exactly down there on Overwatch. Alright, so no pack is coming from behind. What I do want to do is I want to get rid of the cover. And I want to make sure that we are hitting the sector pod afterwards. However, the snipers can't hit it currently because of its really poor positioning here. I'm thinking about how we engage it most appropriately. So this here would still retain my full cover. We now also see the sector pod. The sector pod itself has no vision here, elsewise it would have had line of sight already. So we could theoretically start. But the thing that concerns me is none of my snipers actually has a line of sight there, which pretty much is not what I expected. So, in order to get at least one of the snipers into position, because I want to start with a disabling shot, that's very important to make sure that the sector pod itself is not a threat at all. I'm moving her to here, which next turn should give her, once the cover is blown, next turn it should give her the chance to engage on the sector pod. Moreover, let's put ourselves here. Shouldn't trigger anything, there's also no line of sight, there's another field of cover here, which still blocks the vision. Also, this here should be okay, considering that we are now hunkering down. She's just going to be on Overwatch, just for the sake of completeness. Overwatch. This guy just hunkers down, and this guy also hunkers down. The sector pod probably is not going to move, he'll just stay there. I don't know what happens. Sometimes the AI fucks up when they can't see your guys. He's now shooting against the wall. That's a little bit more a desperation move, so to speak. So she will have line of sight once this cover is blown away. Let's engage on this guy. First off, we remove the cover and shred him. He's just taking his shots, so he's on Overwatch. He's now shredded. still can't disabling shot him because the tanks did not blow up. It's non-removable cover. This guy has taken the single worst possible position ever.
Ghost mode confirmed.
Okay, next turn this guy can lead up the attack. I don't feel comfortable with our snipers like being completely unable to shoot at this guy. Although we burn a lot of ghost charges at the moment, overall we burned like 6 or 7, no, not that much, but probably 4 or 5. I want to make sure that my guys are in position next turn. Sucks having these kinds of placements. He's not going to move anyways. He's just standing there. Really? I'm a little bit disappointed because the game is for some reason trying to teach me that whatever I say is worthless anyways, because it's going to do the exact opposite in the next turn. I'm saying he's probably not going to do anything this turn because the last 10 turns he hasn't done anything meaningful. And of course he then decides, as of in this moment, decides to move. We don't want to stand here, but that would be a little bit suicidal because we would get 5 points of damage from him exploding. Let's trigger his Overwatch, which is this little plasma gun up here. Don't forget we still have our second sniper, which I did not want to move, so I guess we are fine. Just moving up here. And now, after a lengthy period of discussions, movements, further movements, positioning, further positioning, even more further positioning, hopefully we can kill it. So, 2 shots for a lot of damage. Very good. Don't want to use double tap as of now. We need him to go for a healing anyways. So he'll probably go down and heal this poor bastard. Yeah, which kind of leaves us with laser pistols, yeah, 3 points of damage. Well, that's 6 overall, I guess that wasn't too bad. And of course, a solid double shot. 2 solid double shots, which both missed. So the game is forcing me to uncloak. And finally kill the sectopod. Of course the whole wall just was torn apart. Let's move down, take the healing pack, and heal up our heavy. Greetings, Blarkhonk. Thanks for tuning in. And
I'm on the move.
hope I pronounced your name right.
Let's do this.
Let's put the sniper in a comfortable position, and now we should be okay to go. One of our snipers is a little bit hurt. That's the reason why we certainly want to take her away from this position here. I'm a little bit scared about this grappling mechanism now, because the last time we grappled one of these edges, the guy was floating through the stage. Very strange, by the way.
Все готово. I'm on it, Commander.
Roger that. Scanning.
Let's continue to take a peek. So we had one pack of mutants, one pack of floaters, we had a sectopod, we had a mech to eat plus a sectoid commander, 3 chrysalids, which is 4 times 3 is 12, and 2, which is 14. Now, I like your name, Blarkhonk. It's just like the Blark and the Honk are not naturally flowing together the first time you read it. So I wasn't, at least in my language, such a name does not exist. Good. So let's Overwatch. There is something going on the left-hand side. 14 out of 23 are dead. We are still super strong with our consumables, so no need to worry, at least currently not. Instead, let's take a peek and see what else is in store here. We are going to take our positions up there. Also, I'm willing to take her here. So we do have some little double sniper action going on behind there. Maybe even by rethinking about it, let's make it a solo sniper action back there, but take the other sniper with us. She has full HP and I want to train her mind fray. And as long as we don't constantly fight against overpowered sectopods, might as well be a good idea to train it. For instance, floaters are particularly... no, not ghost. Grapple. Do I want to grapple him after he failed miserably? Yes, I guess I still want to grapple him. Have I said before that grapple is probably the most OP part of movement? Like, it's nearly as good as an Archangel armor. But the Ghost armor has its Ghost ability, which per se is already imbalanced by itself. It also has 20 cover, which means you always get a +1 cover rating. Like, half cover counts as full cover, no cover is half cover, and full cover is even like super strong cover.
Headed there now.
And on top of it, you get the Sprinter perk for free, which means all of my dudes are super fast. How could you not build this armor? And you get the grappling hook, which is nearly as good as the Archangel armor if you're considering that you want to take high positions often. So that's no sound. No sound often means the good old ethereal. But I would wonder to see like one of these guys just standing around here in the open. That's normally not their style.
On my way.
On my way.
Boy. Принято.
Good, so if we go down there, I guess our sniper behind here, first off, let's do a little bit of a Psy inspiration. Our sniper behind there is not having a good line of sight anymore. Can we grapple to here? Yes, we can. Wow, that saved us so much running distance. So we can just take the second movement to go here. That's awesome. I like it.
Ясно. Начинаю наблюдение.
Covering
Got
now.
it covered.
Okay, so next up, let's take a peek what's inside here, shall we?
¿Quién hace ese ruido?
Wow, was that an ethereal? Yes, indeed it was. Together with his 2 mutant elite friends. He's like all calm and relaxed, chilling here, I am going to teach him a lesson. About not being too relaxed, I guess. But before we engage them, because I'm considering to take the sniper as well, let's just absolutely top up everyone.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Overwatch. Aye, aye. Держу сектор. Вижу противника. Sieht aus, als hätten sie Verstärkung gerufen.
How did they trigger? In order to trigger, it was necessary for them to see someone. And this guy just moved to here. They just stood here, which means it's 100% impossible to look up here. So that means, for whatever reason, he has a good line of sight on my dude. Which forces us to be a little bit more proactive, shall we? So, let's see if we can down this gentleman in one turn. Run and gun. And go here,
Stepping off.
which is still full cover. Please open the door. Thank you so much. And maybe we can lead on with two shots. Which both are reflected. 33% chance of that happening. But it still happened. I guess we were a little bit unlucky. Alright, so we could dash up here. That would be an option. That would be an option. We could dash up here. That would also be an option. The Ethereal is probably trying to mind control, and then next turn is trying to jump down. At least that is what I would do if I would be the Ethereal. What we could do is we could go back into full cover. Would reveal us, that's for sure. And then we could blow up all of this cover with explosives and take sniper shots. Probably at least one sniper can shoot at it. And I think I'm going to do exactly that. So, dear Heavy, would you please be so kind and eradicate all of these walls? And please also do not miss the rocket. Great, thank you so much. Like, this was invaluable. He also has hit one of the mutant leaders, which is good. I like it. Now next up is a double reflection Ethereal again, which is interesting. Like I said, he has a 33% chance of reflecting shots.
He's down.
His explosion might even, I don't know, I haven't seen it, but it deals 4 points of damage, and that again consequently means there would have been the chance of him dealing damage to the mutants which are behind the ladder. So what are we going to do with this gentleman here? We are going to drop him down here, because that's not going to trigger anything. And no, that wouldn't be of much use, because the mutants... No, that wouldn't be of much use. We could drop him down here into full cover. So if something is moving up here, he should be able to see it. Let's try this. I hope that this fire here is not spreading towards my guy.
Eyes on the prize.
So 2 times Overwatch, and 1 injured mutant elite and 1 normal mutant elite. Both of which decide to not do anything, but instead, I don't know. Not going to run and gun here. I guess I want to take that a little bit slower. So the mutant elites are here, that's for sure. But we don't have our nice snipers, so for the time being,
On my way.
there's no need to speed up. Again, we were at 14 out of 23, which means after this pack here, we are at 17 out of 23, which again means there should be 2 more packs in here. And I'm very about the fact that there are 2 more packs here.
Бегом.
Let's move our soldiers up, so we do have enough infantry up front.
We're green to go.
Eyes peeled, Commander. Got it covered.
Solid shots with Overwatch. We know something is up here at the left side. Which I do want to investigate. It's down here. If it's just one guy which is down here, then my bet is that it's a sectopod, because the 2 drones will remain floating in the air. That again leaves these 2 gentlemen exposed. There's also no one in this room as far as I'm concerned. Let's position our assaults for the next turn.
Roger, Dodger.
Just want to make sure that really these 2 are the only ones in the room.
Ясно. Готовность номер 1. Bis dahin el objetivo. Kann weitergehen.
Moving to Overwatch. Roger. We've got my eyes on.
And if they now move away from the wall, for whatever reason, they will be killed via the Overwatch shots. Instead, they are just overwatching, which they can do. I'm okay with it. I mean, no problem, right? Let's start to kill this guy here. Still we need to get this guy down first. Ah no, because if I'm now shooting with him, I can't trigger this the Overwatch shot with him as well. That would be a little bit of a bummer. Instead,
Надеюсь, эта хрень работает.
let's ghost up. That would be a perfect position, or here, anywhere in cover really. So that's the closest thing to cover, because technically it counts as half cover, although it's quite close. I want to make sure that this guy is dead. 15 points of damage. Good job, mate. Okay, so now next up, let's trigger his Overwatch.
I'm on it, Commander. Let's fire the zone.
And make sure that this guy is receiving a severe beating. Okay, I figured that he might live through it, but I do have a very special treat for him, which is the all-beloved Mindfray. Die.
Moving to Overwatch. Roger, we've got my eyes on.
So that was the pack of mutants, which leaves only 3 to 6 more aliens on the map. I hope I haven't miscounted. I guess it was only 3. Okay, so let's get these guys up here.
Moving out.
All 3 of them did a very good job. If we want to fight whatever is there, we definitely need...
I'm on it, Commander. Target acquired.
I knew it was a sectopod. It's no problem, it's no problem. Now it is on Overwatch, but that's what Ghost Armor is for. Let's consider how we engage it appropriately. If it's down there, I do not want to stand just in the open for the sake of standing here. Before I move, let's see if she has any... No. Unfortunately not.
Throwing the hook. Cloak activated.
Okay, so... we could get her down to here.
Now.
That would count as full cover. Probably no line of sight though. We could get her down to here.
Solid copy.
That should have line of sight. No, it doesn't. Okay, so this guy is down there. Interesting. But it is now moving upwards. That is a bad spot to be. But we can disabling shot him, which renders him quite helpless, at least for one turn. Let's see what our odds are to hit this guy. Wow, that's a little bit less than... a little bit more than 50-50. Should have had one of them remaining upstairs. What would be our plan B if the shots would fail? we can't use our ghost afterwards. We do have a ghost grenade, just want to make sure who the gentleman was that was carrying it. It was our beloved support, who can't run there and take shots. Now this guy is on Overwatch, he's always on Overwatch. What we want to do is we want to get our squad together, and I definitely want to let one of my snipers have a shot on him. So let's use our last charge of ghost armor. We're going to move here, so we could theoretically drop down there. That's activity number 1. Likewise, she needs some more appropriate positioning. So also use ghost armor and position her here in case he decides to go down there or anywhere this corridor. So both of them have him flanked. Also, we want to move up to get some more damage going next round. This here is the first move. He's the guy with the ghost grenade, so I'm going to double move him. Just in case something goes sour, we have a plan B here. So that guy is also safe. And I guess the support, who has really a huge movement distance, we definitely can also ghost him, because the mission is about to be over afterwards, so why not use the charges, right? So let's see what the sectopod does. And afterwards we decide how we want to counter it. It keeps on walking. And now that is a bad sign, because that's the preparation for an aerial strike, which means he will launch rockets to any predetermined position. Now there is a good news about it and there is a bad news about it. Bad news is even with disabling shot or other abilities, we cannot stop it. Good news is it can just hit here, here, or here, or here. So if we are just moving away from this ability, then there is no chance for him to do anything in the next round, at least not anything meaningful. So we can start to go all out on him, because he will definitely take the shot. I'm not going to stand here, because I know how much damage that shot could be. I want to go into a position where I am still being able to hit him though. This here unfortunately doesn't really help much. And this here is too close to the explosion range. Also this here is too close to a potential explosion range. We already see the disadvantage of these small maps, like I can't go here anywhere. It's a little bit a shame, but whatever. So the other sniper was there, so let's just move him up here. There won't be anything happening to him. Up here should be reasonably safe, I think, because he couldn't have targeted up here.
In Bewegung.
It's reasonably safe, but at the same time not providing any line of sight.
Gehe zum Angriff über. Heading to that location. Target's still up.
Good, so I guess I moved everyone out of the danger zone. Let's just get the heavy into position for next round's shots, and then you should theoretically see the rockets, which should hit any position of the previous round. Yeah, it was even hitting the sniper, which was hidden there, so the sectopod basically was just hitting himself. He shouldn't have a second action, so that is quite rare. I've never seen it. Usually after he does his first activity, that's about it. Very, very rare. That's the first time that I've encountered it. Maybe they have changed it in one of the patches. Usually it is either or. Good. So, dear Sectopod, I need to confess I'm going to kill you. And I know you don't like it, but you have to die. And as always, a lot of damage. Heavy is taking care about the drones. Maybe.
Another day, another success.
And that's it. 1 canister, 23 dead aliens, and we never been in real danger. Even if the sectopod would have fully tried to hit us, there was no operative who was in lethal range.
Excellent work all around. Another impressive
Perfect.
effort from our troops.
So let's give him some more psi ranks. Alright, the support, telekinetic field is supreme and I'm going to take it, but the support should have mind control because it's such a defensive class. I feel I want to give him a little bit more utility, and he already has smoke bombs. So instead, yeah. So we do have only 2 flight computers. That's a little bit weird. I would have expected much more there, but well, we need to deal with it. Okay, so let's sell whatever we have left over here, like the items which are nothing more than cash items anyways. We want to consider what exactly we want to do. Let's wait for the psi testing. I also, with the available money, would start considering to put the gentlemen who have finished their psi training into the genetic lab. For instance, we just finished the support. Let's double check Eric's. His psi abilities are finished until mind control, yes. Her psi abilities still need 1 more round, yes. And he's also Crash also finished completely, so we just need to wait 6 more days to get him. But we can start with the genetic lab and our support. Let's put him in here. And I now want to... so Wangstra just asked, do you think the game is fairly doable without ghost armor and invisibility at least on lower difficulties? Wangstra, I'm very happy once we saw enough of XCOM 2. If you guys enjoy it, I can definitely come back to XCOM Enemy Within, and I'm offering you that I will do an impossible Ironman run with all of the items that I haven't taken in this run to show you a little bit of a different strategy. The answer is it is clearly possible. It is definitely possible. There are, I would say, 3 to 4 viable strategies in the end game of how to deal with it. The ghost armor, and that's at least my experience, is the most error resilient. And if we want to go for really 0 casualties without any problems whatsoever, then this is the way to go. There are definitely other ways where you maximize or where you minimize the chance of the enemy to even hit you. As you have seen, I'm always very mindful of the enemy hitting us, so I'm trying to do also perfect runs with 0 damage received. And with the exception of explosives in the last mission, we have achieved that. Like, there was only the explosion, and I think we ate one random shot. But other than that, we haven't been hit whatsoever. So yes, you can do it without any sort of invisibility. And if you guys are interested in such a run, please let me know, and I could definitely do one. So now what we want to do is we have 255 meld. We are going to equip our soldiers. I'm briefly running through my personal preference for our squad. We want to take neural feedback. The reason why I want to do it is most of my guys have a high willpower, and with high willpower, neural feedback is the way to go. If you have low willpower, you go for neural dampening. Neural feedback does 1 point of damage plus 1 further point of damage per 10 points of willpower. So with the mind shield equipped, this guy here would deal 15 points of non-resistible damage whenever someone is trying to mind control him or giving him any sort of psionic attack, which nearly instantly kills everything. Also, it sets everything on cooldown, so for psionically active characters, neural feedback all the way. Next up, hyper-reactive pupils versus depth perception. Since we are going for the temple ship, hyper-reactive pupils are better. I also would consider them better on all of the classes with the exception of sniper. They are probably better off with depth perception. I'm going for secondary heart on all of them, which is a very simple choice. We want to make sure that we have 0 casualties, and this is even increasing our odds, so that is super good. I'm not going for bioelectric or mimetic skin. Mimetic skin mainly not because we do have ghost armor, so the bows are incompatible, and in my experience it is enough to have 1, maybe 2 guys with mimetic skin, and that's about it. And last but not least, I am going for muscle fiber density, so we even emulate the Thin Man ability, so that's kind of emulating also the Archangel armor. So in a sense, that's again a very strong buff. I need to get a little bit more money here, which is not the problem. Let's shortly go to the market. It should be no problem whatsoever. Guess that should already do it. So, neural feedback, hyperreactive pupils, secondary heart, muscle fiber density. There we go. This guy will be here for 12 days, I suppose. Yes, I want to invest 185 and 55 meld. I'm definitely sure about it. Short check. Yes, all of the implants are right.
Excellent.
12 days, so we can already prepare them. So he will be one of our hardcore temple ship guys, just like the others will be as well. Good. Side testing. Let's continue. View the results. Oh my god, we are so lucky. Like, oh, again, 2 gifted ones. Another support, which is not bad, I like it. I'm not sure if I want to run with 2 supports though. Kate is a good character, don't get me wrong. An awesome character to be quite precise. But I'm not sure if we need a second support. I wanted to run with 2 assaults, so we might as well check for Martin Ulrich and consider if he wants to join us. That would take him out for 10 days if we now put him in there. So that's probably 1 mission without mimetic skin. I'm okay with it because the chances of just another giant UFO are rather slim. We are going to take Martin with us anyways, but it would be even cooler if we could take him with us. Him being Psy active, right? So that would be nice. Still could take the sniper. I usually want to run with 2 snipers and 2 assaults. Could also run with 2 assaults and 2 heavies. I don't mind really. Let's test Carlos just for the fun of it and see if he's just a major, so that's not really optimal. There is a lower chance, but it's only 2% lower, so why not? Good, so let's continue the scanning.
Commander, we've got another transmission coming in from the Council.
Oh, nice, Furies. So that's the last of the 3 missions that I was talking about, which concludes the Confounding Light DLC. You guys remember that we had Portrait and we had Deluge, and Furies is the 3rd one, which we definitely are going to do. Why not? I mean, let's go, right?
Excellent. We look forward to seeing your progress.
So let's see what we need. The sniper and the assault still need a little bit more training. We could take this support here and also give her the Psy abilities, so why not train her? I mean, there's no disadvantage in that. Specifically, as long as the other support is in the genetic lab. So we already have the standard team with us. Whom else do we want to take? I want to take a second sniper. And during our absence of our scout, I'm going to take Big Mommy. She is going to be our mech, and I even got her the particle cannon. Yes, please. I like it already. Mechs fall off a little bit in the end game, like I said, but still, it is nice. So, this gentleman here has a nice loadout. Ghost armor. Works like a charm. Oh, let's do one more thing before we go on to Furies. Could we, theoretically, build the blaster launcher? Yes, we could. But it is a lot of credits, which I currently can't afford. But let's keep reminding ourselves we definitely want to have this for the last mission. So the 100 that we get in Furies are a good step towards getting it. So he's okay. We still have our Ghost Grenade in case we want to vanish. She's okay. Let's take Archive with us. Plasma pistol this time. I'm not going to forget it again. A little scope should be fine. She's carrying the backup medikit, which is also good. I'm just going to give her a plasma pistol because they are so much better. Good. Next up, Ghost Armor. No, Ghost Armor, please. Plasma rifle. A laser pistol. some more hit points, and last but not least, of course, a med pack. So we do have med packs, we do have our snipers. That's a good team. The mission itself is super simple, so we are probably going to fully steamroll it, but I want to get the last psionic training as well, and I want to make sure that we are now at the end of our run not going to mess up anything. I have